pick a card on your inner child. 1, 2, 3. So, I was like, hey, what would it be like if you could see my face while I do these readings? And we're about to find out. Okay, so I hope you have picked your pile, because we're gonna get right into it. It's right here. And I think the first thing I'm gonna do before we read the cards is draw you like 3 runes probably. So let's see, the energy, the current energy of your inner child. Oh, we got 2, okay. So, manas, mankind, the good and bad within you, the humanity of us. And then Yavo, which is gifts. So now let's see kind of how this applies. And I already have a peek at the card, so like, I'm certainly not sure how it applies yet. So for a card to represent your inner child, you got this guy. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that these runes about, you know, wholeness, and the gift, I think this is what you're gonna get out of the inner child work, honestly. Like maybe tapping into some spiritual gifts, or maybe just the gift that you would give your inner child of feeling more whole, because this to me says that your inner child is scared. It says no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. So maybe feeling really like stormy and turbulent, but my gut reaction, like your inner child's scared. To do your chakra cards first. So I was just like, what's going on with your inner child? And we got rejection, and release. Again, like stormy, it's raining. There is some sun shining in through the background. You know, he's in a graveyard. Put these down here so maybe y'all can see him a little bit. And then faith. So for your tarot cards, I just want to show y'all the full picture because that's how it made sense to me. So we got the Devil, the Star in reverse, and the King of Wands in reverse. And the King of Wands upright, he cares about all his children here. He is just passionate about like ensuring that they do well. But in reverse, this could be a really like overbearing, controlling father figure. Maybe they were an addict. Maybe not the father, but I think your inner child dealt with some parental addiction, and that doesn't always have to be like alcohol or drugs. You know, it can be whatever it is. But and I kind of think this is you here in the middle. So maybe this is 2 separate parents, but you're here in the middle, the star upside down. You have all these gifts. You're fucking magical. Here is the star, electricity flowing out your fingers, and you know, the star can manifest whatever they want, but your inner child does not know that. And so when I asked like how can you reach your inner child, we got completion. And this, it says a lot. Maybe the parent that inflicted the wounds, and we all have wounds from childhood. It doesn't mean your parent was a bad person or anything like that. It just means they were a human type person filled with good and bad. And that's just, you know, there's pain from that, there's trauma from that, it's stuff that we have to deal with, and usually it's like we're an adult and we have to look back and deal with it. And I think that's what this card is saying. Like, you reach your inner child by looking back, by dealing with some grief, by holding yourself, like putting your arms around yourself, holding that hurt and letting it finish its cycle. Like, feel it and let it come to a close. I think that you maybe had some denial, repression, like hide under the bed type energy, and you have to go back and look at all the, I mean, they're there in your memory. You just have to look at all the things that you closed your eyes to so you can actually deal with them. And then you have to release it. Rejection was a part of this. Like, you felt your inner child feels like nobody liked them. They don't feel valued or special. I'm like, try not to tear up about this. There's all these voices maybe in your head that are just always telling you that you're not good enough. And I think what you'll find on your way out, maybe you can use your faith to get it through it. Maybe you find faith on the way out, but it's some sort of peace and certainty in knowing that you're not alone. So what your inner child needs to hear: turn knowledge into wisdom, the wolf spirit. And, you know, they always talk about, you know, the lone wolf and everything, and maybe that's how your inner child feels. Like maybe you felt alone a lot. And number 2, we got be playful. So I can't remember if I read it or if I heard it on a podcast or something, but the suggestion was ask your inner child what they would want to do on a play date and then go do that thing. So mine's ice skating. I haven't done it yet, but think about that. Like, what is your inner child? What do they love to do? What do they want to do? And definitely go do it. And it might be, it's always a little rough, right, to face all these uncomfortable things. We had our eyes closed to that shit for a reason, right? But to move past it, to move into wholeness, to realize your gifts, your spiritual gift, that you are special, to manifest everything that you want in life, you just got to do this hard shit and hold yourself through it and face it and then let it go. That's all I'm seeing for you guys. So thanks for watching. Come see me again. Okay, pile 2. So we are gonna get, actually I don't know, wash the energy off. Okay, so I'm gonna ask the question the right way this time. What will working on all this inner child stuff kind of lead you through into? And let's get 2 or 3. All right, so Fehu, a new beginning. This is the first rune. It's the rune of creation. And it's just the beginning of a new cycle. That's beautiful. Let's get one. Well, okay, then 2 more. So, Rythal, Thor's chariot, leaving the known. So it's going to take you through a journey. And Gabo, so gift. So this journey is going to be very rewarding, and maybe you'll realize some of your spiritual gifts, something like that. So let's see what the cards have to say. So this card is to represent your inner child. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. So your inner child has got their shit together in a way, but they don't know it. So How do we make them know it? So this is how you reach your inner child. We got perception. So I think that you maybe need to start seeing things differently. You need to learn how to access your perception and like how to change it, and then go teach it to your inner child. If you already know, just go teach it to your inner child. And teach them how to see themselves, you know, teach them how to see that they're already doing it, and that they don't need to worry so much. Teach them how to feel secure in themselves. And okay, let's look at our other chakra cards. Oh, what's going on with your inner child? So your inner child is feeling like very passionate. They know what they love to do. And they see, I mean, impartiality, that speaks of balance, right? But I think, again, like we need to work on the objectivity and seeing yourself, your inner child seeing themselves clearly. For our tarot cards, so you got the Five of Pentacles in reverse. This is like scarcity mindset, like, I don't know if I have enough money. I don't know if I really have any friends that would be there for me if I needed it. I don't know if I can really do it if I had to. The Tower in reverse. So I get like, towers are sometimes things that happen in reality and out loud and everybody else can see them, but sometimes towers is just stuff that happens inside of you. And if you're yourself or your inner child has no idea that they're doing a great job, I can tell you from personal experience that this is a thing that you can totally feel and be going through. I don't know what else to say about that, except that it is that. King of Cups, so not having so much control over the emotions. So your inner child is struggling with that. Maybe trying to put a clamp down, maybe trying to control their emotions. But since they don't really have the knack of it, they're just putting a clamp down on them. And this is either like it's hurting your love relationships, or it's the inability not the inability to love yourself, but the inability right now, the way you see things right now, to love yourself. So that's kind of what your inner child is dealing with right now. And let's get kind of what your inner child needs to hear. You are never alone. So this has always been kind of a big, I don't know if fear is the right word, but it's definitely kind of like fear. It's I don't like being alone, and my thoughts attack me when I'm alone, and I used to feel like, you know, nothing mattered, like no experience mattered. If I was alone, there was no one to tell it to, there was no one to show it to or experience it with or whatever, and so it was just like, why does this even matter? So that's something that I've really been working on, and I went to the beach, took like a solo vacation. It was super cool, first time I've ever done that, and even when I was sitting on the beach completely alone, like not even other people there to people watch, the waves were with me, the birds were with me, and I'm not just saying that like to make myself feel better. Like I felt their energy and presence, and I felt that I was not alone. That's also a message I've been getting for a while, is like, Spirit's right behind you, all around you, your guides, whatever, but you are never alone. And number 42 reduces to 6, unconditional love. And then Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide. So this goes with your scarcity mindset thing. Like, you don't have to worry. When you need stuff, if you trust it, if you believe it, the universe gonna have your back. 1, the number of independence, and 0, the number of infinite possibilities. So yeah, I think that you need to go have a chat with your inner child, and let's figure out how they're seeing things now. I mean, we know kind of a general idea, but like really get in there in your own, I guess, mindset of your inner child, and like how they're seeing you and how they're seeing the world right now, and like shift that perspective so that they can see how amazing they're doing, and they can feel bold in their passions, and be balanced and not be struggling so hard, and know that they're never alone, and the universe will provide. Thank y'all for watching. I hope you liked it. There will be another video at some point soon, but I appreciate y'all. You have a great day. All right, pile threes. So we are going to get a few runes about kind of your inner child, like what are you going through, where you're gonna end up, stuff like that. Okay. Yera, the harvest, reaping what you sow, generally more like positive connotations to it, like the harvest of like your work, seeds that you planted long ago or whatever, but also it is a message to be careful of the seeds that you are sowing. Let's get another one or two. So, okay, I think what you're going to be going through is now this is, I think we call it need fire, but it's, like craving, hunger, and there's a feeling of, it smacks of dissatisfaction, you know, it's like, you may be getting everything you need, but you're not getting everything you want, and so it's like, just not the best. You wanted the whipped cream and the cherry also. But this is indicative of growth. Ultimately, it's a good thing. It's just kind of uncomfortable for a minute. And then Wunjo. So that is like joy and harmony and laughter. So I think you are going to get to a place, doing your inner child work, you're going to get to a place where you just feel lighter. And before the end, you're just gonna feel like, ugh, you know, maybe it's just like not working, or it's just not worth it, or it's too uncomfortable, or maybe you start to feel all those things that you needed as a kid, and you just like ache and burn for them, and they don't happen. And like when those moments are happening, you just remember that this is what's on the other side of all this hard work: harmony, joy, happiness. Okay, so card to represent your inner child, and two came out, but they kind of mean the same thing in my opinion. So we got break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future, unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So your inner child just wants to break free of all the bullshit. They're like, yeah, I don't want to be in any more loops, and I don't want to be, you know, in any, you know, psychically tied to my toxic ex, or, you know, whatever the case may be. And I don't want to be repeating like ancestral problems. Like I really want to fix that. Now, you know, your inner child is legitimately a kid, so they might not have all these words for it, but you know, I mean, you know, why your inner child feels like, I will never be like this. I'll never let this happen. I don't want this for my future. I want to do it better. I want, you know, something better. So let's look at your chakra cards. So I feel like this is phase one, right? Confusion and complacency. I think maybe you didn't realize it yet. Maybe you did, but you realized like, shit, I'm doing it. I'm in the same loop. I'm doing that same stuff I swore I would not do. Or your inner child feels like you're doing this and you don't know it yet. and confusion. So just like, I don't know how to get out of it, you know, I don't know how to do it any different. And like Mr. Spirit over here whispering all the things you would ever need to know. But the person in the card, like they don't know it. So maybe a message there to like open up, pay attention, stuff like that. So enlightenment. So I think this is phase 2. Enlightenment, the breakthrough, the time when all, you know, you hear the messages, you see it, the universe starts speaking, you're getting the downloads. Like, I think your inner child has some answers and has some refreshing insight. And I think, you know, have a chat with them. And then joy. I think your inner child wants to play and wants to be happy and wants for you to be happy. So we just got to do a little work to get there, maybe. So, tarot cards. We got the 6 of Wands. So yeah, your inner child is like fiery and passionate. They want to get shit done. They're willing to fight for it. They are willing to charge forth with unconditional love and break some chains. They're also heartbroken, maybe over what happened, maybe over what's happening to you now, I don't know. But they want a fresh start. Feel a fresh start where you feel grounded and move a little slower. And I think that conflict is required. So I don't know if this is conflict inside of yourself, because I have had many of argument with myself, kind of fighting off those voices in my head, fighting off the demons, if you will. But this could also be with, sometimes you got to draw your sword to set a boundary. So I think conflict is required, though. But from a grounded and steady place, you know, just from a place of like sending your frequency, sending your words, your song, like whatever this is that's inside of you, whatever your fiery, bold, brave inner child has going on, like with all the temperance of earth energy, you know, make somebody listen. Even if this somebody is you, gotta make somebody listen. And then what does your inner child need to hear? Co-create with spirit. Lay a solid foundation, another 6, which is unconditional love. And this is 17 reduces to 8, which is going to be significant in 1 second. And reclaim your power, number 44, also 8. 8 is about like success. It's a really positive energy. And again, like I think that's the stupid card. I think that's what's about to happen. If you do this work and face these uncomfortable moments and fight these battles and whatnot. But reclaim your power. Your inner child knows its course that he or she wants and wanted to be on, and like it ain't happening. They're upset about it, but they feel passionate that you can change the course. So that's all I see for you guys. Thanks for listening. I hope you liked it. Like, share, all that fun stuff if you want to. And I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.